Hello and a very good evening to all our viewers. You're locked on to Sri Lanka's #1 sports hub, and the rugby action continues for the 12th successive week. And here we have an exciting clash up on our hands. CRNFC travelling all the way up to face Kandy, the defending champions of Dialog Rugby League. Kandy Sports Club taking on CRNFC in the week 12 clash, and it's going to be an interesting clash because both these two teams occupying the first and second positions of this Dialog Rugby League, coming here with a fight, coming to take things to another level. And for these lads wearing that lion logo on their jerseys, I think the league is done and dusted. If they could secure a win today, I think they are going to take home this Dialog Rugby League for yet another successive occasion. To talk you through that, I have with me Kavin, talking about Kandy. I think the game is done and dusted for the Kandy side for this season.
Very good evening, Inshaf. Yes, Kandy have been unbeaten so far. They've won 11 out of 11. And they've played like champions. Last year it wasn't this way around. They lost to Army and Navy a couple of times, but this time around they've been pretty convincing. And what has helped has that they've had less injuries. But today Kavin Pereira wouldn't be playing, and Jason Disanaik also being suspended.
So we come back to that in our team cards. But for Kandy, the guy on your screen, Nigel Ratwat, leading his side in this year. Started his rugby earlier at CR, then made it to upcountry, and then finally making here captain in this side. Will be interesting to see how it happens. But for the Reds, it's going to be a tough task here at Nittawela. Take a look at the conditions today. A little bit of a cloud cover up here at Nittawela. Temperatures deviating from 20 to 26. Expect the referee to also take that 1 minute break because the humidity conditions are not as great as what is expected. And there's a little bit of cloud cover coming. I think that should affect the game as well. We'll see some rain in the second half.
Yeah, most probably it looks gloomy in the out coast there. And the interesting fact is that the 18-kilometer wind speed running from across the ground, that will affect the kickers. It will be interesting to see what could the coaches opt to do, whether they'll opt for this running rugby as Kandy usually is known, but we'll see or counter them with that kicking game. Their kicking game, they have some very able kickers with them as well. So it'll be interesting to see what ploy coach Dushant Luke does imply.
Exactly. So a lot of tactics for this lad as well. On to the left, Fazil Maja along with Viraj Tantri here, the coaching staff. A lot to talk about in the build-up to this Dialog Rugby League. We'll take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we'll take a look at the points table and what has happened in this Dialog Rugby League Week 12.
වෙඩින් එකට තාම හොටෙල් එකවත් බුක් කරලා නැහැනේ.
දෙකින් දෙන්නම් සිදු.
අලු සීට් එකක් දැම්ම නම් නරකයි.
දෙකින් දෙන්නම්. දෙකින් දෙන්නම්. දෙකින් දෙන්නම්. දෙකින් දෙන්නම්. දෙකින් දෙන්න නම් දෙකින් ගන්න ඕනේ. Whatever the need, Ceylon personal loan will be ready for you in just 2 days. Ceylon personal loan? කිව්වා වගේම වැඩ. Ceylon Bank, the bank with a heart.
Our Lions are up against the Windies during the West Indies tour of Sri Lanka. Catch the action of 3 ODIs and 2 T20 matches from 22nd February to 6th March. Live on 10 Cricket and Sony ESPN at your home or watch on the go via Dialog Viewer. To activate, use the My Dialog app or type on space your Dialog television account number, space channel number, and SMS to 0770 679 679. Dialog Television, Sri Lanka's #1 television experience.
වෙඩින් එකට තාම හොටෙල් එකවත් බුක් කරලා නැහැනේ.
දෙකින් දෙන්නම් සිදු.
අලු සීට් එකක් දැම්ම නම් නරකයි.
දෙකින් දෙන්නම්. දෙකින් දෙන්නම්. දෙකින් දෙන්නම්. දෙකින් දෙන්නම්. දෙකින් දෙන්න නම් දෙකින් ගන්න ඕනේ. Whatever the need, Ceylon personal loan will be ready for you in just 2 days. Ceylon personal loan? කිව්වා වගේම වැඩ. Ceylon Bank, the bank with a heart.
Dialog Television Valentine දීමනාව තවමත් ඇක්ටිවේට් කළේ නැද්ද?
මතකයිනේ ඔක්කොම channel රුපියල් 143කට දෙන 30ක්ම නරඹන අතරේ
අලුත්ම iPhone 11 Pro Max දෙකක්ම දිනා ගන්නත් පුළුවන්.
අදම SMS හෝ My Dialog app එක මගින් ඔබත් මේ දීමනාව ඇක්ටිවේට් කරගන්න.
ආදරෙන් ලං වෙලා
මාසයක්ම ටීවී බලන්න.
It doesn't get any bigger than this. The top 10 teams from around the world come together for the ultimate battle for supremacy. The ICC Women's T20 World Cup 2020. Be a part of their journey towards victory. From 21st February to 8th March. Live on Dialog Television, Star Sports 1, Star Sports HD1 and Star Sports 2. Dialog Television, Sri Lanka's #1 television experience.
I want everything and more from my mobile. Unlimited talk time, text and endless data. When I travel, it's one simple plan for unlimited roaming, even on a flight. I also get the best smartphone deals, phone upgrades and expert personal service. While Club Vision privileges pamper me with the best of times. Sign up to a Dialog Power Plan today. Enjoy everything I have and more.
Dialog Postpaid. Power to you.
The Bumba Brigade comes marching. The Joe's Army is geared and ready. The age-old rivalry comes alive again for the 86th time. March Madness 2020. St. Joseph's versus St. Peter's. The 86th Battle of the Saints. On the 6th and 7th of March from 9 a.m. onwards. Live on Dialog Television, Dialog My TV, and ThePapare.com.
Welcome back to live action here at Nittawela. We're talking through the Dialog Rugby League week number 12. What an exciting week it has been so far. Police Sports Club was backpedaling for a long time, Kavint, and they finally got their rhythm back. But this guy on your screen, Murshid Zubair, taking over the kicking duties from Riza Mubarak, quite a challenging affair. But he's done really well in the last few games.
He's done really well. He's played for Wesley last year. He was captained and then switching to CRNFC. Taking the kicking duties from the experienced campaigner, and on your screen Tharinder Ratwat, what a player he has been for Kandy this season. He switched from CR to Kandy and he's played brilliantly so far, and we'll take a look at the results of last week.
Havelock Sports Club, I think, once again quite convincingly winning that one. Navy Sports Club once again unlucky for yet another successive week from Kandy to Havelock. Police Sports Club once again, like I spoke to you, Kavin, when Eroshan Silva, Sajid Silva and Budivosa are back, I think Police are unstoppable, and that's exactly what they did. And CHNFC very fortunate to take home their third win, and that's coming against Air Force.
Yeah, and let's take a look at the points table. Kandy unbeaten, 64 points at the top, and Police after yesterday they've played 12 matches, so they've in second place with 54 points, and CRNFC, who will be playing Kandy today, is 49 points. The interesting fact for CR is they have only managed to score 4 bonus points. 2 Kandy's 9 and Police the 11 bonus points, and Havelock Sports Club and Navy Army rather in 47 and 26, 4th and 5th place, followed by Navy at 6, CH and Air Force at the bottom.
Taking a look at that, we can see a clear diversion between the top 4 and the bottom 4, and that's how it stands. If CRNFC win today, I think that's going to once again cement their second place position. They're fighting for second place more importantly than the league here today at Nittawela, as the Kandy team make their way back to the dressing room. I will take a look at who has been dominating the field in the Dialog Rugby League so far. Second league for this young man, Janit Dishan, and he has 13 tries already.
Yeah, and he was a contender for the highest prize scorer in the schools league as well. Played for Royal in the 2017 league, and then switched to CRNFC. The first season he had a good average season, but this season is what a player he has turned out to be in that number 13 jersey, scoring 13 tries as well, and the
And I think Tanin Ratwatha edging close that three-figure mark, has 98, expecting to go to triple figures today. What a season he's had ever since he made his switch from CRNF. It's going to be a little bit of a nostalgic affair for Ratwatha as well, because he's been playing against his old club. But what progress has he made at number 12? Ratwatha is undoubtedly one of the best players in the Dialog Rugby League so far. Crowds slowly but surely filling in. I think Nittawela is incomplete without their full house, but expect by 4:20 or 4:30 that crowd to be packed towards the media box side, and those fans are up here for something special, and they know that their team is going to come up with something special.
And talking about Ratwatha didn't kick as well in the first few games.
Interestingly, Sharo Fernando also makes the CRNFC lineup. Interestingly, it's his birthday today. It would have been a crime to not have him play here at Kandy on a birthday. He's an exciting player, wants to have a lot of first phase ball, wants to go into those rocks, do the dirty jobs, and he's always been that X Factor player wherever he plays at Havelocks. Now at CR, he and Gayan Dilshan, Gayan Jaman we call him, has been impressive in the second row, and expect that combination alongside Omar Gunratna and Shamal Veerasekara to do the same today, because they're up against, they know who they're up against. They're up against one of the X Factor sides, and they know they have to live up to that expectation.
And for CR, what a player Milan Veerasinghe has been. He's the forwards coach for CR. He's played for Kandy so many years. Shila, as we call him.
Kishore Jehan, as the ThePapare photographers warm themselves up for an exciting game. Mind you, all pictures of them taken on this match, and also in the Dialog Rugby League, can be viewed on our photo portal, thepapare.com/photos. So do take a look if you have missed out any of the action, or if you made it to the ground. Kavint, everyone likes a picture to be posted on their respective social media platforms.
Yeah, and we'll take a look at the last encounter between Kandy and CR. It was the first round at CR.
It was the first game for the new year, 2020 new year, and everyone expected this game to be the decider. I think based on this game, I think the league was folded out. Had CR won this, it would have been a different game, but Kandy Sports Club dominating right from the first minute.
And it was the first game where Roshan Veeratna came from injury, and Kavindu Pereira, who will not be playing today, scored some brilliant time. Buddhima Peeratna, he's also made a good switch to Kandy, and he's playing like one of the best wing three-quarters, replacing Anirudh Villora, the likes of Anirudh Villora.
I think the best two wing three-quarters are making their way from Kandy Sports, both Kavindu Pereira and Buddhima Peeratna. But I think the key for Kandy, for CR, is going to be to stop that early surge. Take a look at that. Nearing half-time, Kandy Sports have already scored 29 points, extended it to 34. And that's where the game was won and lost, Kavin. They already had the bonus point, the spirits were up. But then, in the second half, I think CRNFC fought back. And that's what's important for CR, to keep that momentum right from the beginning and make sure that they go the distance.
What happened in that game seems to be Kandy lost a little discipline, and they got 3 yellow cards as well. And it was Nigel Ratwatha who finally concealed victory. 41 points to 27 was how that game ended at CRNFC. Kandy winning that game. It was Kandy who remained unbeaten in the first game of the 2020. CRNFC, both teams were unbeaten when they came to that first round game. And it was when Kandy took the upper hand, and ever since Kandy haven't really looked back. They've won 11 out of 11.
And that's what's important. I think right from that spot, I think since Nigel Ratwatha scored that, I think there's been a difference. Take a look at that team card. Ganago Disanayaka, Damit Disanayaka will be relieved of the captaincy duties with Nigel Ratwatha coming in. Lasita Attanagoda making that front row combination. Attanagoda has been actually one of the most improved players in this Dialog Rugby League, Kavin, because of the way he has come up the ranks. So that's what's important for a player as well in the coming weeks. You want to build as a player. Then Suhiru Anthony Tilna Bandara gets a rare start in the absence of Jason Disanaga, because Jason Disanaga was suspended owing to those consecutive yellow cards. Was a little bit dirty that day. in that Navy game, conceded far too many infringements. Then we go back to that destructive tight loose forward combination. Shehan Pathirana, Tarindu Chaturanga and Bhuwana Kudangamu joins the team for this crucial game. Roshan Veeratne will cement his position. Nigel Ratwata at fly half, returning from that wrist injury he's had for the last 3 weeks. Buddham Peratne, Tarindra Ratwata is going to be very crucial in this game. Then Lavanga Pereira alongside Ratwata, and Dilush Dangi gets a start over Kavindu Pereira, and Danush Dan also is expected to play a key role in this game. But taking a look at the replacement, I think they have a 1-to-1 replacement for every position.
Yeah, and Charles Praveen and Yakub Ali and forming the hooker and the front row, Heshan Kalhara and
Bhavan Tudangamu, I think it's a strange thing. I think we've seen brothers debuting or playing alongside in this Kandy side. It's going to be a new combination. Bhavan Tudangamu played for Dhanmaraj last year and making his entry to the club rugby season in the Kandy jersey.
He'll most likely replace the Lavanga Pereira at that centre position come later, and Ashan Mohammad Shabir and Srinath Surya Bandara if he is needed at fly half or if he is needed at a scrum half, he'll surely be replaced, and Oshan Pereira, another centre. And taking a look at the CRNFC team card, we have
I think what's important for Kandy is to see how they can, for CRNFC, beg your pardon, for CRNFC is going to be the combinations for CR. Ashan Darling and Charles Praveen are going to be X-Factor players when it comes back. And here's a look at CRNFC, Sharo Fernando making his comeback once again. I think Fernando's absence was something very crucial for the team. I think that's exactly why the coaching staff, the management pulled through his suspension yellow card, and he was cleared finally on the final minute on Friday to make his way onto the field. So very important that time for CRNFC to make sure they have that right combinations. Here you go, Ashan Fernando, Supunvarna Kulasurya and Milan Saranga combining in that front row. Very young front row combination in comparison to Kandy Sports Club. Then we go to the X-Factor players, Sharo Fernando with Gayan Dilshan. That's where the game is going to be won and lost, because these two forwards are going to be very crucial. Shamal Veerasekara, Jero Dhananjaya gets a head up over Wajid Fawme. Wajid Fawme had a very decent game last week. I'm surprised to see why he's not making the starting lineup. Let's see what the coach has in mind. Omar Gunratna will bind at number 8. That's going to be very crucial, because Gunratna is going to play a very vital role when it comes to those 5-meter scrums or those pick and go options when CR gets those penalties.
And Rahul Seri Silva at scrum half, and Kalindu Nandila lack of experience at fly half position. It will be interesting battle with Nigel Ratata who has plenty of experience, and Rizara Faidin and Janu Didishan playing as the wingers. Murshid Zubair and Randit Varnapura combining at the centre positions, and the ever reliable Kevin Dixon at fullback replacing Reza Mubarak.
I think Mubarak's absence will be felt today. He's not in the starting match day 24 as well. Indura Bimsara, Samira Piumal, Wajid Farm starts from the bench. Lahiru Yomal, Hiranta Panamendra, Shehan Kalaniagoda, Harit Bandara and Sanaga Sandimal coming back from injury will be expected to replace Khalid Nandila in the second half, because Nandila, I think coach Dushant Luke has had a lot of faith in Khalid Nandila. Nandila has done his job well, but with the likes of Sanaga Sandimal, I think there's a lot of experience coming with Sandimal. He's playing his 9th or 10th season. He knows exactly what these conditions are. He knows when to get his ball right, when to kick, and when to go for options like using his set pieces. So that's going to be crucial for CRNFC. We'll wait and see when Chandimal comes. But Wajid Form, he's had a good season so far.
He's had a really good season. He's turned over some good possession, but unluckily finds himself on the bench. It'll be interesting to see when he finds his way in the second half. He's an impact player, and for Kandy, another impact player, Bhavanta Udangamua, the brother of Bhuwana Kudangamua.
Interesting to see where he will fit in, Kavin. We saw Bhuwana Kudangamua played as a centre in school. Bhavanta Udangamua also played as a centre in school. I think is he going to be the third row or in the midfield?
I think he'll play in midfield today, replacing Oshan Pereira, Lavanga Pereira rather, if that's needed. But to be really honest, like his brother, he can play at number 8 as well. surely will be an ample replacement. And most likely the teams will come out in a short while for the introductions.
Quite a bit of a crowd, but it's not a full house. It's expected to be a full house by 4:20, 4:25 p.m. because that's the normal time that everyone here is used to. And also, I think there was a slight notification from the tournament organizers to push the time back to 4:30. But in here in Kandy, when it gets dark, when it gets late, it gets dark soon. So the match organizers decided it will be at 4:15 p.m. So a lot of
Nigel Rathwatha leading his way through Buanakodangamu and the Kandy team following up, and Mohammad Shabir is at a really good season. He's started almost every game. Just his second season. In his first season, he played the second half as well. Second round of the Kandy matches. He's one schoolboy player who has really stepped up to the club circuit.
I think Shabir's progress has been significant from that last season. He's put his hand up in the loose forwards in the second row. I think he's given the seniors and Fazil Marja quite a bit of a headache because he is a player who wants to start in that 15 lineup for Kandy.
And to be really honest, Kandy has plenty of second rows. Sir Anthony, Shehan Patirana, plenty of second rowers. So Shabir putting his hand up, and Supun Varnakulasuriya at the front leading CR out.
Ramdita Varnapula also onto the left. I think it's after a long time that Varnapula is making his comeback in a starting number for CR and FC. So in the absence of Dinu Kamarasinghe, Ramdita Varnapula has actually made an impact to that CR extended squad. Dinu Kamarasinghe will dearly be missed today.
Yeah, that combination between Dinu Kamarasinghe and Janu Dilshan proved deadly. Here in your screens, Kalindu Nandala, who will be starting at fly half. There you go, the star man, Janu Dilshan. The crowd already pumped up to this clash between CR and FC and Kandy, all-time rivals. Locking horns here at the Kandy Sports Club, the defending champions, who will have everything to prove against this strong CR and FC outfit.
Wonderful scenes here. I think it's always special when these two teams play each other. The Kandy CR battle is always treasured. We talk about Bradbys in schools rugby, but the Bradby of the Dialog Club Rugby League is supposedly to be the Kandy CR clan. I was talking to Dinka Piris a few months back as well, Kavin. He mentioned that any referee will also always want to ref this Kandy CR game. And that's why it's very special, because these two teams share a very special bond between these two sides as well.
Yeah,
and most of these players have played for both teams.
Both teams, yes. And come that 2007-2008 era, it was all about Kandy taking on CR and FC in those two games, home and away, to decide the championship. These two teams have really had a fierce battle between the years. Nigel Rathwatha introducing his champion team to the Chiefs Gate, and a man to talk about is Tarun Chaturanga. We have really seen the best of him all these years. He's only managed to improve. Does Tarun Chaturanga is already won 2 man of the matches as well.
If you go back to the time when CR last came to Nittawela, I remember that game very clearly. Last season, Kandy and Kandy were leading, and Kevin Dixon with Tarendra Rathwatha started that attack, and with Joel Pereira as well. And unfortunately, I think it was a close contest that went in favor of CR. Here's a look at the officials today. Priyantha Gunaratne will be the man in charge alongside Hasanta Veranga and Jeffrey Said.
An experienced campaigner, referee Priyantha Gunaratne, as Murshid Zubair will be kicking things off from the right to left.
Ready, white.
Murshid Zubair, the former Wesleyite, kicking things off in the second round. Not a really good kick collected by Buddhima Piyaratna. Diluk Shadanga rather. He takes the ball into contact. Here's Roshan Veeraratne sending it out to Charun Chaduranga, who once again gains some meters. Nigel Ratwata deciding to run by himself. A lovely offload to Tarinder Ratwata. Roshan Veeraratne sending it out wide. Here's Ganuguti Sanayaka. Lovely backhand pass. Buanako Dangamua does what he does best. Omalka Gunaratna. A good battle here. Was the play on is the call. Penalty for being offside.
I think that battle was earlier won by Omar Gunaratne. Bunagudangamu going into his counterpart. And this time Austin Fernando caught guilty of that infringement. He was in front of the ball.
It was really being a big battle down at CRNFC as well. Here you go. The replay. He had rubbed him around, but he was on the ground. So the referee played advantage because the CR prop forward had no rights to that ball because he was offside. Nigel Ratwata surely will put this into touch, or will he opt for the 3 points? I think he will.
Okay. Time out.
Decision made. He'll go for the line out. Put this into the 22 meters. Just like that. And Kandy, on the second minute of the game, has an attacking line out right inside the 22 meters.
Opportunity opening up for Kandy Sports Club early in this half. This is not good. I think CRNFC will need to, by all means, stop any attack coming in from CR, because right after Kandy scores that first break, first try, it's going to be dangerous. One good collection coming in there from Shehan Patirana.
The rolling ball has been set. Roshan Veeraratne takes the ball. Oh, Nigel Ratwata, lovely execution to Dhanush Dan, and here's Buddhima Piyaratne going through the corner and he scores.
This is exactly what we were looking at. Buddhima Piyaratne was waiting for that ball. Wonderful bit of work from Dhanush Dan. Saw the space, took the gap. Kevin Dixon knew he had to go into Dhanush Dan, but then also coming to Buddhima Piyaratne. It did work very well, and that's exactly what we were talking about. The early opening Kandy Sports Club are very dangerous.
Buddhima Piyaratne scoring that try. Here you go, the replay. Roshan Veeraratne, beautifully done from Veeraratne, sucks in the defend. Nigel Ratwata, lovely cutout pass to Dhanush Dayan, and he sends it out to Buddhima Piyaratne, who is a speedster. Kevin Dixon surely had no answer. Rizara fighting, cutting back in all the way from the left wing as well. And Tarinder Ratwata will try to extend this lead by another 2 points. He's really had a good season with the boot so far. Strikes it well and right to the left of that upright.
Still will remain at 98 points starting the Ratwata, but a wonderful bit of work from Kandy. CRNFC don't seem to have done their homework right. They know that Kandy are very dangerous in that part of the field. They know how aggressive their back line is.
And inclusion of Nigel Ratwata straight away showing in that first move, sucking in a couple of defenders, sending the ball out wide to Dhanush Dayan, and then the rest was done by Buddhima Piyaratne, as Murshid Zubair will restart things. Lovely high hanging kick, this time collected by Roshan Veeraratne. He decides to go into contact. Advantage in favor of Kandy due to a high tackle. Here's Buanakaudangamua out to Tilna Bandara, who takes the ball into contact. Beautiful work from Damit Disanayaka to Nigel Ratwata. Numbers on the outside again, and Dhanush Dan only manages to knock the ball forward. Advantage has been called off, so CR will be attacking. Murshid Zubair, Rahul De Silva to Dero Jananjaya. Rahul De Silva sending the ball out to Milan Veerasinghe, latched on by Omalka Gunaratne.
Last foot. Offside.
Offside is the call, so advantage being played in favor of CRNFC. Here's an opportunity for them. Omalka Gunaratne sending it out to Gayan Jaiman. A good tackle coming in from him, but the penalty.
Number 6.
Referee bringing back play. Number 6 is the guilty man, Tarun Chaturanga that time. So early on, I think CRNFC should go for the vice choice of going for 3 points. That's exactly what they do. I think good. If they could get those 3 points.
The high tackle is the call, but they go for the the touchline rather instead of.
Very brave call coming in from the captain.
Very brave, in fact, but
let's wait and see if
the sensible thing would have been for CR to knock on that 3 points, put on pressure, and then.
So there you go. There was Tarun Chaturanga, a little bit over eager there at that moment. Was a foot in front. Supun Varanakula Surya has a very important line out. He has good jumpers with him. Gayan Jaiman and Shamal Veerasekara. They go to Jaiman.
Here's the rolling ball being formed. Good defense coming in from Kandy.
Number 3 coming from side.
Advantage being played in favor of CRNFC. Ganuka Disanayaka coming in from the side is the call. Gayan Jaimana taking the ball.
White number 3.
We'll have to take a look at that line out once again to have a replay. But Omar Gunaratne once again very confidently pointing at touch. I think he wants that 7 points. He wants to go for that rolling ball option once again, and that's exactly what Murshid Zubair will go for.
With this agreement goes Malka Gunaratne to the touchline. Surely.
Here's a look at what happened. Take a look at that. It goes to Gayan Jayamana. Look where Ganuka Disanayaka is. He's on the far corner. There you go. That was the infringement.
Was definitely coming in from the line. Short line out taken. Here's the rolling ball being formed. Kandy. Good defense coming in. The sack is good from Kandy. Rahul De Silva searching for the ball. Sending the ball out wide. Will Rahul De Silva to Gayan Jaiman. Milan Veerasinghe rather. Omalka Gunaratne knocking the ball forward. Too eager is Omalka Gunaratne.
So there you go. That was what we were talking of early in this first half. They should have ideally gone for those 3 points, taken the 3 points, cut the deficit to just 2 points, and then work their way around. And there you go. Just like that, 2 penalties gone begging, and CRNFC have a scrum to defend.
3 points would have really been good.
Take a look at that. Good placement coming in from Ashane Fernando.
My call, ready.
A little too eager from Omalka Gunaratne.
Steady. Crouch!
But the fight's not over for Kandy. They need to make sure that they clear themselves out of danger.
Surely Nigel Ratata will be waiting to put this out.
White ball.
Scrum has been wheeled, so according to New Raw, I think it's back to the original recipient, original team. So Roshan Veeraratne once again will have the feed to that scrum.
Number 3 White.
Coach, referee wanting a steady scrum. Ganuka Disanayaka coming up was the call. CRNFC will have to put a lot of pressure to this scrum. Here's the ball being fed. Roshan Veeraratne tries to go by himself. Tarinder Ratwat crashing. Good defense from Omalka Gunaratne. Here's Roshan Veeraratne yet again. This time they'll look to clear their line. Nigel Ratwat thumps the ball down. Doesn't find touch. Here's Randita Varanapura. A good tackle coming in from Tarun Chaturanga. Rahul De Silva sending the ball out wide to Gayan Jayamana. He takes the ball into contact, still on his feet. Rahul De Silva, quick ball out, not a really good pass to Kevin Dixon. Manages to spin through a couple of tackles. Finally, Rahul De Silva giving it out to Omalka Gunaratne, who thumps Tilla Bandara out of the way. Good phases being built by CRNFC. Going from the blind side. Holding on is the call. Yet again, good stuff from Ganuka Disanayaka.
Once again, CRNFC going to their defensive half, come back with nothing. Najaratwata initially should have kicked that one out into touch. That infringement cost Kandy Sports Club to do a little bit more defending. But ideally, CRNFC should have got this one through.
They've messed up 3 really good opportunities to score. Here you go, the replay. There you go, that was the Ganuka Disanayaka right over the ball.
Fair contest that time coming in from Disanayaka.
Is still down though. Ganuka Disanayaka.
Disanayaka has not been able to play those entitled minutes for him in any game. I think he's not completed any of these games. That's something disappointing from his behalf. He'll expect in the next few games that he has that physicality to continue.
Yeah, most likely Yakub Ali or Charles Praveen has made the way.
I think Charles Praveen's inclusion is always in the second half to the latter part. He brings in that extra robust energy with himself. He wants to run the ball very often. He wants to be that ball carrier. And I think Kandy Sports are giving him all that space to work around.
Yeah, Ganuka Disanayaka starts off games, plays at least about 30 minutes, stables the scrums, and then the inclusion of Charles Praveen after.
Wait. You can't walk. Stay here. Stay here. You can't walk.
Clear instructions by the referee. Sharo Fernando a little bit cheeky there. Agitating Damit Disanayaka.
Damit Disanayaka with the throw in collected by Tilna Bandara. Isn't straight.
And by the looks of it, I think Kandy is defending. Kandy has to once again have another round of defense.
Friendly banter between the teams.
There you go, take a look at that. Damit Disanayaka. There you go, you can see Suhiru Anthony collecting the ball towards the left.
Yes.
Sharo Fernando once again jeering Suhiru Anthony.
Teammates.
Set.
Here's Rahul De Silva feeding in that scrum. Good scrum aging coming from Kandy.
Once again penalized this time. Penalty coming in. Umal Gunaratna will have to make sure he does the right thing.
He
and
goes
the right thing is supposed to be to go for touch.
By his books, yes. Thought we've had this conversation a couple of times now.
Once again, I think he looks like third time's the charm. We'll wait and see if CRNFC can get this one. Once again, similar kicking position, similar opportunity opening up. 12th minute. Murshid Zubair kicks the ball out into touch. We'll wait and see if Kandy Sports Club can hold the CRNFC forwards this time.
Third time is the charm. They say Omar Kagunaratna surely wanting to score early on in this game. Collected by Sharmal at the second part. This time, good defense coming in from Kandy yet again. Rahul De Silva to Omal Kagunaratna, who tries to go by himself. Buanako Dangamua latches onto him, doesn't let him move, drags him back. The ball has been knocked forward.
Oh dear, once again. So 3 times, 3 opportunities opening up, and CRNFC have just thrown them out. Could have been 9 points or 6 points up on with a lead against Kandy Sports Club. But what they've done is gone into touch, taken that line out, send the ball to their forwards, fumbled it, and come out yet again going to come back with no points.
And here you go, the replay. Buanako Dangamua man-handling Gunaratna there.
Needed some help from Tarun Saturanga as well. There you go, slight pop there. Zero Dhananjay collecting that ball, but all that effort once again goes in vain for the Reds. And at this point, if you're playing against Kandy, I think to be up mentally with a scoreline lead is also important, Kavin. When you're playing with a team like this, a composed outfit, Roshan Veeratna will have to make sure that he gets the ball to Nigel Ratwatta in a correct post.
Advantage being played in favor of Kandy as Dilush Dange being dragged into touch. Advantage was played in favor of Kandy. So hence, it'll be a penalty inside the 22 meters for Kandy. Loose set
going in.
Loose set going in. Milan Veerasinghe, that is.
Once again, scum infringement goes in favor of Kandy Sports Club. They have yet another occasion. Now Nigel Ratwatta will give the ball out to Tharindra Ratwatta.
He'll thump this through at least to the 50-meter mark.
Once again, pressure times opening up for Damit Dissanayake. Fumble on his first line out. First line out throw. Take a look at that. Here's what happened.
He has the loose head.
There you go. Milan Veerasinghe once again standing up. And that was clear.
A little too much of pressure coming in from Ganuka Dissanayake. Damit Dissanayake with the throw in. Kandy with an opportunity to run at the CR line. Quickly taken. Lasitha Tanagoda being held up. He needs to release. Roshan Weeraratne sending the ball out wide. A good tackle on Suiru Anthony. Roshan Weeraratne here again held on by Ganuka Dissanayake. Bumping off Dissanayake. Here's Lavanga Pereira. A cut out pass to Dilush Dange. Manages to find touch. So it will be a knock-on advantage in favor of CRNFC.
Kevin Dixon almost thought he had rights to that ball. Referee bring back play for the initial infringement, initial knock-on. Quite a bit of banter from the Kandy Sports Club fans out here just underneath the media box to Kevin Dixon.
Kevin Dixon hasn't really had a really good season.
I think he's been struggling to mark his dominance in that CRNFC jersey.
Finding a place in that team has been really hard for Kevin Dixon.
Was out on national duty earlier on.
Rahul De Silva with the feed. Here's Amalka Gunaratne taking the ball into contact. He has numbers on the outside. Jonathan Dilshan only manages to knock the ball forward. But a lovely stuff from...
So fourth handling error coming CRNFC's way, and that's just not good for a team of this nature.
This game has been a stop-start affair with errors through and a lot of mistakes creeping into the game. Most of the scrums have been resetted. Most have been infringed, and plenty of knock-ons, to be really honest. We've still had 18 minutes on the clock as well.
And I think Kandy has been doing most of the defending on their side. They've not gone to their attacking half after that strike from Buddhima Peeratne. So that's something for Kandy.
That was when the decision making really came into the game. CRNFC had 3 kickable penalties, and they should have really put those over to build some more pressure on Kandy as well. Here's Roshan Weeraratne yet again going through that blind side. A lovely cutout pass to Buddhima Peeratne, who decides to run, cuts back in, does what he does best. Finally tackled by Amalka Gunaratne. Diving over Roshan Weeraratne to Tharindra Ratwatta, who puts the ball to boot. There was no one in at the back. Kevin Dixon will thump this through into touch inside the 22 meters, so it will not travel that far, but it will definitely be a line out in favor of Kandy.
I think that's exactly what Ratwatta wanted. He saw he didn't see any sweeper onto the far left. Thought Kevin Dixon will run towards it, and I think he's getting what he wanted.
He definitely looks like he got what he wanted. Here's the Kandy bench. Ashan Darling, Charles Praveen.
I'd like to see more of Heshan Kallara playing in this Dialog Rugby League. He's been a stalwart in this Kandy jersey. His journey to the sport also is remarkable. Here comes Kandy once again. Buna Gudangamu.
Buona Godangamu touch isolated. Here's Nigel Ratwata, numbers on the outside. Tarinder Ratwata takes the ball into contact. Roshan Veeraratne puts the inside ball to Damit Disanayaka, gains meters. Tilina Bandara and Lavanga Pereira right over it. Tilina Bandara takes the ball into contact. Buona Godangamu does the same. Tries to go to Supunwal Kursuria but has been again tackled.
Takes two people to put Buona Godangamu down. And here comes Ratwata with the kick.
A lovely kick into touch.
Slightly overcooked that time. Would have been an ideal setting for Buddhima Peratna to collect that one and score his second. Peratna has actually turned a new leaf ever since he's made his switch from Vadisara to Nittawela.
He has had really good running balls from the Kandy inside centers.
So there you go. The CRNFC coaching staff will have a lot to talk about those decisions. Dushant Liuki onto your far left. Mohammad Mushtaq in the middle alongside the manager.
Here's the replay.
Okay.
Nigel Ratwata putting in a lovely kick.
Once again, Kevin Dixon was nowhere inside. Ratwata exactly knew where he needs to put that ball out.
Positioning.
So both teams are taking that important 1 minute break. Kavintha, a lot of rugby action coming your way from today onwards. This is the start of a wonderful set of 2 months. We are having the March Madness, the big match fever coming in from next week when the Isipatana Thurston games start off. But then I think nothing is lost in rugby.
Nothing really is lost in rugby. The Dialog Schools Rugby League is really coming. Here's CRNFC. Ganjamana collects it cleanly.
Number 6 penalty. White number 6.
White number 6 has been penalized.
White
so
number 6.
It'll be a
penalty. White number 6.
Once again penalized Kandy. So this is what Kandy has to.
You can't tackle maul.
You can't tackle the driving maul, but this is where Kandy has always lost their battle. When you take the Navy game, they had 6 or 7 back-to-back infringements, penalties considered, and that's how Navy Sports Club also scored those important tries in the second half. So that's something Kandy will have to need to be bothered about, because that's actually slowing their game down. And if they could keep that to a low, I think Kandy will be unstoppable.
Kandy really will be unstoppable if they do that.
Here's a look at what happened. Take a look at that. Collected there.
Tarin Chaturanga tackling that driving maul. You can't really tackle that.
There you go, Chaturanga.
Chaturanga coming in from the side. So he was penalized. He was given a warning as well. But CR did not manage to take the ball away from that scrum. Here's Supun Varnakurusurya with a throw in. Collected, stolen by Shehan Lema Patirana. Roshan Veeraratne sending the ball out to Tarun Chaturanga. Lovely cut out pass to Tarinder Ratwata. Numbers on the outside. Dhanush Dayan running through. Razor up hiding. Finally the ruck has been formed. Numbers on the outside yet again. Buona Godangamu trying to run lateral. He hasn't been held. Takes a couple of men to bring him down. Roshan Veeraratne to Lasito Attanagoda. Overlap forming on the blind side. Taninder Ratwata taking the ball into contact. He has done really well there. He has numbers on the outside for Buddhima Peratna, but has been tackled nearby to the touchline. Roshan Veeraratne to Ganuka Disanayaka rather. He bumps off a couple of defenders. Penalty given in favor of CRNFC.
There you go. Once again, as CRNFC continue to climb that handling in account, Kandy are stacking up the penalties count. So it's going to be a crisscross battle. Either team has to understand that they are getting the act together in a wrong way. And if they do that, I think that's going to be the key to success. Shara Fernando not looking good. Took a blow to his head early on.
Here's the replay. Ganuka Disanayaka, you can't roll when there's the man holding. There you go.
Okay.
The man was on top. He was held, so you can't roll in that.
Mark here.
So there you go. March is going to be exciting. Schools Rugby League kicks off on 4th of March. That's going to be a Wednesday. St. Peter's playing Dharmaraj College. That's going to be the first game in the Schools Rugby League. So do log on to ThePapare.com. We are going to bring you exclusive live action as well as all previews, reviews, highlights, match replays, everything in your number one sports hub. So March, April and May is going to be a super 3 months for Schools Rugby action. Coming in, I'm excited because all these action is going to be coming on the number one sports hub, and we're looking at one of the most exciting and most interesting Schools Rugby leagues we have yet to see, and it's going to be the first in this 2020 new decade. So once again, this time fumble in the line out goes in favor of CR and FC. So for Kandy, I think they've always they'll have to rethink a little bit of their strategy as well. Come in, take a look at that. Suru Anthony.
I think he got a hand to that.
Seconds, wait.
I think he got a hand to that and it was knocked forward. Kandy piling up on that error count.
Fine. Set.
Rahul De Silva with yet another scrum. Fades in. And Milan Veerasinghe.
Once again, Milan Veerasinghe will need to make sure he gets his act together. This has been continuously happening. If you take a look at the replay once again, you'll see really very clearly what's happening in the scrum.
Milan Veerasinghe feeling a little too much of pressure.
But coming in his defense, he needs to. We need to see the counterparts he's coming down with.
Yes.
Take a look at that.
Too much of pressure. Milan Veerasinghe is coming up due to that extreme pressure. So penalty. The second time he is being penalized for that same infringement by referee Priyantha Gunaratne.
Third time is not going to be good. So a little bit of caution should be dealt with Milan Veerasinghe.
Surely a yellow card will be coming sooner rather than later if this continues to happen.
Jero Dhananjaya in your screen played majority of his rugby at Air Force. Made a switch to CR just this year.
Here's Kandy Shanlema Patrana forming the rolling maul. Numbers on the blind side. Damit Disanayake takes the ball into contact. Not a really good option. Roshan Weeraratne to Buonaku Dangamu and he goes a couple of meters. Takes 4-5 men to bring him down.
Hands up, hands up.
Omalka Gunaratne needed to release that. Yes, Suru Anthony yet again. Shara Fernando rather. Tarinder Ratata to Lavanga Pereira left the ball behind and Tarinder Ratata still on his feet. Taking the ball into the 22 meters. Roshan Weeraratne puts the chip behind. Collected by Kalundu Nandila.
Should have held on to the ball a little bit more because there was enough numbers onto the left of the field for Veeraratne. Could have passed it down. It would have been an easy opportunity. But then again, I think Kandy want to infiltrate that kind of defense. But Nandila did the right thing by calling the mark. But then again, Omar Gunaratne, wonderful work rate from this lad. If you can go back faces, this is what exactly happened with Tharina Ratwata. But Omar Gunaratne, wonderful work rate there. He committed on to that Udangamu tackle. Once again, tried to win the ball on the next offense. So that's the energy that CR and FC want to continue.
The ball not finding touch. Roshan Weeraratne giving it out to Buddhima Peeratne, who runs through the middle, sends the ball out to Roshan Weeraratne yet again. Who he takes the ball into contact, puts Chaturanga into space. The ball has been knocked forward. Good stuff from Ashan Fernando.
"24 minutes gone on our clock, and yet Kandy's solitary try stands as the only score for the evening."
This is where the two penalties that CR could have converted would have really come in handy.
Crouch!
Nigel Rathat returning to Kandy after 3 games. Rahul De Silva with the throw in.
Penalty. Number 3.
Penalty
This time
advantage.
Kandy once again caught guilty of that infringement.
Yes. Number 3 white.
Penalty where the scrum occurred.
Time off. Front row, white. Captain. Front row, white. මෙයාගේ ප්‍රශ්නයක් තියෙනවා. මෙයා උඩට එනවා. right? ඒක පොඩ්ඩක් කතා කරලා හදාගන්න. කලින් සම්මේ පොඩ්ඩක් කියන්න. කලින් අවුලක් නැහැ නේ. ඊට කලින්. දැන් ඔයා උඩට එනවා. right? ලෝම් බයින්ඩ් එක තියාගන්න උඩට එන්න එපා. number 3 white.
Clear instructions for Ganuka Disanayaka. He was okay a few times earlier, but now he's coming up. So the next time, the referee will surely go for a card or two. Murshid Zubair puts the ball to boot. Here's the replay. There you go, Ganuka Disanayaka coming
Trip tackle lag gaya. Trip tackle.
over. Supan Varnakula Surya with the throw in. Shamal Virasakara collects it. Manages to only knock on. Does Kandy. Omal Kagunaratna bumping off a couple of defenders. Goes by himself.
Last foot.
Raul De Silva serving his options. Here's CR on the attack. Omal Kagunaratna yet again. High tackle by Udangamua. Numbers on the outside. He has Randita Varnapura. Tarun Chaturanga trying to counteract Sharo Fernando under tremendous pressure by Tilna Bandara. Finally brought down. De Silva to Dhananjaya. Advantage being played in favor of CR and FC. He has an opportunity. Kalindu Nandile to Janit Dilshan and goes Danu Dilshan, knocks the ball
High tackle.
to boot
White
and
number 8. White number 8.
white number 8. That's Buanagodangamu. A high tackle. So a
White number
penalty
8.
given in favor of
tackle.
CR and FC. Right in the middle.
Number
Will
8. Number 8 white. No high tackles. Here.
It'll be interesting to see what CR and FC does. Now they go for the 3 points. This is what CR and FC should have been doing. 5 points to nil and right down the posts. Murshid Zubair has the opportunity to cut the deficit to just 2 points. The former Wesleyite captain measuring his kicks up. Murshid Zubair to cut back the deficit. Takes his line and
This time around, I think CRFC have gone for the wisest option, cut the deficit into 2. Should have been 9 points with a 3.4 point lead for CR had they gone for the earlier options. Murshid Zubair, easy going for the young lad with that penalty. Could have been easily 6 more points under his name.
CR opted for that early in the game as well. So Kandy will restart through Nigel Ratat.
And Kandy need to fight back. This operation they have been put down. I think the momentum has radically dropped down.
Here's Nigel Ratat. Dilok Shadange beautifully done. Sends the ball out to Lavanga Pereira, who pops in the pass to Tarinder Ratwat. Good stuff from Kandy. Nigel Ratwat to Shehan Lema Patirana. quick stuff. Numbers on the outside.
Advantage over.
Omalka Gunaratna.
I think the Bhuwana Umalka battle is going to be an interesting one in this game.
Roshan Weeraratne, Suiru Anthony. I think that's a penalty coming in for holding on.
On your feet.
Not on your feet is the infringement that time. Soiru Anthony, you can see the frustration on his face.
He was keeping the ball
Ball
under.
available Tianne.
The ball was unavailable.
Jeru Dhananjay, I think, has fitted really well into the CRNFC role. He's used to be playing as a centre. He's a utility player, but Rev coach Dushan Luke has opted to play him in the third row. Murshid Zubair this time kicking it towards the media box end.
Right inside the
Let's take a look at what happened earlier. Once again, Omar Gunaratne going into contact that time. Gayan Jayamana committing to that breakdown and winning that one for CRNFC. Zaman has been actually a very an experienced campaigner on the field.
Kandy stolen ball from Suiru Anthony. Wins back possession. Roshan Weeraratne out to Tilna Bandara. This time the ball was available. Roshan Weeraratne. An AB move from Kandy. Roshan Weeraratne yet again sends the ball out wide. Yes, Tarun Chaturanga takes the ball into contact. Not supporting the body weight. Tries to kick it out. Rizara finding being bundled.
Wait, get the ball out. Get the ball out. Get the ball out.
I think was a
Wait here.
high tackle coming in from a CR
Others
player.
get back. White get back. Wait. You wait. Number 30, you okay? You wait.
Number 6.
Recommend.
Penalty only more than chemical.
Okay. No late charge next time. Penalizing. Penalty, only penalty.
So there you go. The instructions are loud and clear. Next offense are going to be in a lot of trouble. We'll take a look at what happened. There you go. This was the initial pass. And Lavanga Perera wanted to kick that, and there's a late charge coming in from Shamal Veerasekara. Veerasekara knew exactly the infringement, so rightfully apologizing to Lavanga Perera. But next time you're caught doing that, you're going to go spend the next 10 minutes in the sin bin.
A good clearance click from Tarinder Ratwat. Just a 2-point game. Kandy scoring that initial bursting try through Buddhima Peeratne in the left corner, and since then all they have been doing is defending. Shayan Lema Patirana collecting the ball cleanly, goes back to Damit Disanayaka.
Penalty
Advantage being played. Here's Roshan Weeraratne yet again, numbers forming on the outside. Buddhima Peeratne yet again, numbers and space for him, finally taken down by Randita Varnapura. Offside is the call. Another penalty advantage in favor of Kandy. Here's trouble for CR if they do. Cross kick to Shayan Lema Patirana. Only Rizara fighting to be beaten. He is bundled into touch.
Wonderful bit of work. Tarinder Ratwat fine in the space. A little bit of Aji coming in from Suru Anthony and Sharo Fernando. Fernando always very eager.
The line was
eager on the
offside.
field as well, but referee will bring back play. But what a wonderful piece of work. Tarinder Ratwat sending the ball right into the hands of Shayan Patirana, and good defense on him from CR counterparts. Wait to see a replay of that. One of the wonderful moves that Ratwat has ever created for Kandy Sports Club.
Cross kick finding Shayan Lema Patirana, and Tarinder Ratwat yet again putting the ball into touch. So it'll be a line out, 5-meter line out in favor of Kandy. They'll surely take this ball out and drive it through. Likes of Buna Gudangamu.
So there you go, Buddhima Peratna going to ground. He always is unstoppable. We wait and come back to that in a little bit later. In the meantime, Kandy Sports Club desperately looking for that second try. They've been scoreless after that second minute break.
And here is Kandy driving through, and this will be the second try coming in. Just start. Lasit Attanagoda. Buona Gudangamu to the line and scores. Buona Gudangamu scoring a wonderful try.
After 32 minutes of defense and attack and a spoiled ploy, finally Kandy Sports Club opened their scoring in the latter half of the first half. Buona Gudangamu, for all his efforts he's been defending, he gets his name on the scorers list.
A good barging run. He had 2 men to beat. He waited one, bumped off one. Here you go. Lasit Attanagoda joined in. At that moment, Buona Gudangamu was right in front. Was right in front of that ruck.
I think CRNFC's defense was not getting back in time. Take a look at that. Rahul De Silva defending most of those rolling ball attacks because all their forwards were lying in front. They did not have enough time to get back. But this time around, Omar Gunratne crashing down. Could not get his man. And Buona Gudangamu goes storming to score the second try.
Couple of missed tackles there. Gudangamu powering through and Tarindaratwatta to finish things off with the conversion. He's missed the first one, and the second one slightly misses the upright. So that's a couple of kicks gone astray. But Kandy, more importantly, 10 points to 3.
Tarendra Ratwata was having a 90% kicking success record. All this while in this Dialog Rugby League. Just hasn't clicked this time. Still waiting for that 3-figure mark.
Murshid Zubair will restart things yet again. He has been good so far with defense, although in attacks he hasn't really been spiteful. A high-hanging kick to Roshan Veeraratne, who puts Tarindu Dilok Shadange, who grabs just by his lasers. Nigel Ratwata puts the ball to boot. Collected by Rahul De Silva. And that will be half-time. 10 points to 3.
Not the best of halves for Kandy. Should be one of the least scoring halves of Kandy Sports Club. All season, they've always scored 18, 15 or 20 plus points in that first half. But this half has just been disappointing in terms of Kandy Sports Club. Infringements leveled out. But for CRNFC, disappointment continues. They could have gone for better decisions in the early stage of this first half. Could have taken those extra points. Always points in hand is always a luxury. A lot to talk about in this dressing room from both sides. Kandy Sports Club will be having a lot to talk because this has not been impressive for the hometown lads.
And this is the halftime confirmation. 10 points to 3. 2 tries scored by Kandy. Just a penalty converted by CRNFC. They surely had a couple of more scoring opportunities, a couple of more penalties to be put over, but they opted to go to touch. And taking a look at the highlights,
nothing much in the highlight reel so far. Just that try, wonderful opening try from Buddhima Peratna. A wonderful support play from Dhanush Stan. So this is what Buddhima Peratna is used to doing. He loves to run whenever he has the ball. It's always destructive. And finally, Murshid Zubair and CRNS decided to go for the 3 points. And just before halftime, Omar Gunratne getting a reward for all their defending what they've done in the first half, storming through the gates, taking out Omar Gunratne and scoring. So that's the story for the first half.
And we will now go for a short commercial break, and when we do come back, we'll have the second half action.
අලු සීටිකක් දැම්මන නරකයි.
දෙකෙන් දෙන්න.
සර් සර්ගේ පේමන්ට් එක සෙටල් කරන්න තියෙනවා.
දෙකෙන් දෙන්න. දෙකෙන් දෙන්න. දෙකෙන් දෙන්න. දෙකෙන් දෙන්න. දෙකෙන් දෙන්න නම් දෙකෙන් ගන්න ඕනේ. Whatever the need, a Ceylon personal loan will be ready for you in just 2 days. Ceylon personal loan? කිව්වා වගේම වැඩ. Ceylon Bank, the bank with the heart.
It doesn't get any bigger than this. The top 10 teams from around the world come together for the ultimate battle for supremacy. The ICC Women's T20 World Cup 2020. Be a part of their journey towards victory. From 21st February to 8th March. Live on Dialog Television, Star Sports 1, Star Sports HD1 and Star Sports 2. Dialog Television, Sri Lanka's #1 television experience.
අලු සීටිකක් දැම්මන නරකයි.
දෙකෙන් දෙන්න.
සර් සර්ගේ පේමන්ට් එක සෙටල් කරන්න තියෙනවා.
දෙකෙන් දෙන්න. දෙකෙන් දෙන්න. දෙකෙන් දෙන්න. දෙකෙන් දෙන්න. දෙකෙන්. දෙකෙන් දෙන්න නම් දෙකෙන් ගන්න ඕනේ. Whatever the need, a Ceylon personal loan will be ready for you in just 2 days. Ceylon personal loan? කිව්වා වගේම වැඩ. Ceylon Bank, the bank with the heart.
ඩයලොග් ටෙලිවිෂන් වැලන්ටයින් දීමනාව තවමත් ඇක්ටිවේට් කළේ නැද්ද?
මතකයිනේ ඔක්කොම channel රුපියල් 143කට දින 30ක්ම නරඹන අතරේ
අලුත්ම iPhone 11 Pro Max දෙකක්ම දිනා ගන්නත් පුළුවන්.
අදම SMS හෝ My Dialog app එක මගින් ඔබත් මේ දීමනාව ඇක්ටිවේට් කරගන්න.
ආදරෙන් ලං වෙලා
මාසයක්ම TV බලන්න.
Our Lions are up against the Windies during the West Indies tour of Sri Lanka. Catch the action of 3 ODIs and 2 T20 matches from 22nd February to 6th March. Live on 10 Cricket and Sony ESPN at your home or watch on the go via Dialog Viewer. To activate, use the My Dialog app or type on space your Dialog television account number, space channel number and SMS to 0770 679 679. Dialog Television, Sri Lanka's #1 television experience.
There is nothing quite like the Six Nations, where emotion flows, pride bursts, and talent soars.
Wow, absolute wow!
Get caught up in the tournament that stops the nations.
You cannot take your eyes off this game for a moment. It's a fairy tale finish.
Watch Six Nations on Rugby Pass TV.
හැමෝම ඇවිල්ලා. ඔයාලා විතරයි අඩුවට හිටියේ. එන්න එන්න. හරි ඔක්කොම බලන්න පුළුවන්. මේ බලන්න. මේ තෙරපොන්. මේ කාලේ ඕන දෙයක් ක්ෂණිකව දැනගන්න පුළුවන්. මෙන්න ඔසීන්න ඇන්ඩ්‍රු කතා කරනවා. හලෝ ඇන්ඩ්රු. මුළු ක්ලික් එකම අද අපේ ගෙදර. පොඩි ලොකු හැමෝම අද අපේ ගෙදර. මේ හැමෝම සතුටු කරන්න අපේ ගෙදර සුපර් ෆාස්ට් ඉන්ටර්නෙට් වගේම ඇතිතරම් ඩේටා තියෙන්නේ ඩයලොග් හෝම් බ්‍රෝඩ්බෑන්ඩ් නිසා. රයිට්. මගේ ඩයලොග් මගේ විදියට මගේ සුපර් හෝම් එකේ. ලංකාවේ අපිට නම් ඩයලොග් තමයි. I want everything and more from my mobile. Unlimited talk time, text and endless data. When I travel, it's one simple plan for unlimited roaming, even on a flight. I also get the best smartphone deals, phone upgrades and expert personal service. While Club Vision privileges pamper me with the best of times. Sign up to a Dialog Power Plan today. Enjoy everything I have and more.
Dialog Postpaid. Power to you.
The Bumba Brigade comes marching. The Joe's Army is geared and ready. The age-old rivalry comes alive again for the 86th time. March Madness 2020. St. Joseph's versus St. Peter's. The 86th Battle of the Saints. On the 6th and 7th of March from 9 a.m. onwards. Live on Dialog Television, Dialog My TV, and ThePapare.com. A tradition that dates back over a century. Chaos that captures your heart and soul. An extravaganza you cannot miss. A new decade of familiar madness. March Madness 2020. Exclusive coverage on ThePapare.com. Tradition that dates back over a century. Chaos that captures your heart and soul. An extravaganza you cannot miss. A new decade of familiar madness. March Madness 2020. Thurston versus Isipatana, the 57th Battle of the Brothers encounter on the 28th and 29th of February from 9 a.m. onwards. Live on Dialog Television, the Dialog View app, and ThePapare.com.
Welcome back to live action here at Nittawela. You're locked on to Sri Lanka's #1 sports hub, and this is the Dialog Rugby League. The first half has been rather quiet from both sides, 10 points to 3. That's how it stands. Could have been more for CR and FC, but the scoreline had to be this 10 points to 3. So nothing spectacular, nothing glamorous today from both sides. So expect the second half to be much, much different from what we see in the first 40 minutes.
Yes, exactly. And CR have been defending pretty well, and so has been Kandy, but there has been a lot of mistakes from both teams, as Nigel Ratwat will restart things for the second half. Taken by Reza Rafaidin. A good tackle coming in from Dhanush Da, and there Rahul De Silva to Milan Veerasinghe. Takes the ball into contact. Rahul De Silva with the box kick. Janudhi Dushan right under it. Collects it and sends it on. Knock on in favor of Kandy. Janudhi Dushan first had a ball. Bounced off his chest, I think. First knock on given in favor of Kandy.
Where? Only one. White knock on Nanny. White knock on Nagel.
Referee reconfirming with his assistant referee.
Where? Props of Balat.
So there was no knock on from a Kandy player.
Crouch!
Kandy Sports Club getting the feed to this line now. In fact, the scrum.
Roshan Veeraratne with the fade in. Good scrummaging from Kandy.
Steady.
Once again, referee not quite unhappy with how the scrummaging has been all throughout this game. Kandy Sports Club currently leading this Dialog Rugby League with 64 points. The gap between Kandy and Sierra just more than 15 points coming. This is only one indication that even though they lose this game or lose 3 more games, they still have a chance of winning this Dialog Rugby League.
And if they do win this game, surely then they'll seal the Dialog Rugby League 2019-2020.
So provided that they win this game, I think that should be curtains on everything else on any other team who has rights to this Dialog Rugby League.
And Roshan Weeraratne with the feed in for the second time. Not steady yet.
Once again.
Front row, both sides, front row.
The referee wants to have a small chat with all the front rows. Still not had stable scrums even past the 42nd minute.
Come here.
Scrum for the third time.
Second scene.
Roshan Weeraratne.
Second scene.
A lot of time taken for this scrum.
Crouch.
Just from the restart, this knock-on occurred.
Set.
We've already spent 3 minutes for just 2 moves. Finally, Kandy sending the ball out wide. Here's a lovely inside ball to Lavanga Pereira. Roshan Weeraratne, good stuff from Weeraratne. Dhanush Dayan taking the ball into contact. Well cleared. Nigel Ratwat, Suiro Anthony with a short pass to Tarinder Ratwat, who goes past a couple of defenders. Here's Nigel Ratwat going by himself. Lema to Ratwat, finally brought down inches close to the try line. Here's Ganuka Disanayaka taking the ball into contact. Roshan Weeraratne, Tarin Chaturanga goes past the gain line. Offside is the call.
Number 17, number 8.
Tarinder Ratwat taking the ball into contact. Advantage being played in favor of Kandy. Tilina Bandara once again hammering into that Kandy line. Here's Roshan Weeraratne, a lovely 1 and 2.
Offside, number 17, number
Once again, CRNFC, Kandy Sports Club, knowing that they were playing with an advantage, both Umar Gunratne and Zero Dhananjaya have been found guilty. So this time around, Kandy Sports Club have with themselves a decision to make. Are they going for touch or are they going for the 3 points? Ratwat's kicking has not been...
I think they'll go for the 3 points, unlike CRNFC.
Take the ball, your ball.
But the kicking angle is going to be questionable.
Nigel Ratwat, it'll be interesting to see what he does.
Kandy Sports Club used to have the likes of Tilna Vijay Singh for kicking options alongside Ratwat. I mean, the absence of Vijay Singh, Tarinder Ratwat remains the only choice in the starting 15.
Just inside the 22 meters, here you go, the replay. Lovely 1 and 2. There, it wasn't where the infringement occurred.
But then take a look at that, Tarinder Ratwat.
Wait.
So replacements are finally coming in for Kandy Sports Club. Ganu Disanayaka makes his exit while coach Fazil Marja brings in his firepower. Charles Pravin, in the meantime, when we talk about the big match season, it's an early start to this March Madness, the 57th Battle of the Brothers, the Thurston Ispatana Clash, coming to you live on a number 1 Sports Hub. That will be on 28th and 29th.
And Kandy forming a rolling maul. The ball has been lost. Advantage being played in favor of Kandy, and Damit Disanayaka taking the ball into the line. High tackle in favor of Kandy. Buanakudangama yet again right over the ball to Nigel Ratwat, sending Lavanga Pereira into contact, inches away from the line. Roshan Weeraratne, lovely inside ball to Damit Disanayaka, and he scores. Beautiful stuff.
Caught us by surprise as well. There you go, Roshan Veeraratne. Perfectly timed that time. Damit Disanayaka is quite joyful. He knows how important this try was. And look at the smile on his face.
Lovely inside ball from Roshan Veeraratne. He took a couple of defenders and then Damit Disanayaka ran that inside line. Only had to scoop the ball and dive over. Here you go. This is the replay. Good stuff from the forwards, Shahan Lema Padirana.
Everyone expected Bhuvanagaran Gamuru to be the go ball carrier. Did not anticipate Damit Disanayaka at any point. You can see Bhuvanagaran Gamuru with his reactions. He knows that that ploy has worked. And Tharin Ratwata now finally with the chance of making it to 3 figures in this Dialog Rugby League.
Finally puts the...
And that's 100 points for Tharin Ratwate.
The first of the 2020 season. Tharin Ratwata with that conversion breaks into the triple figure mark. 100 points for Ratwata, the highest point scorer of the 2019-2020 season. The second consecutive time.
47 minutes, Kandy Sports Club slightly trying to take this game away from CRNFC.
$17 points to 3. CRNFC. We've hardly seen Jani Dudushan in action. The star player Bhuvanagaran collecting the ball cleanly, takes the ball into contact, takes a couple of...
This time around you can see the celebration. They won the contest. Milan Veerasinghe. In fact, there has been a replacement in the front row. Milan Veerasinghe has been taken off after his 2 warnings. Indura Bimsara joins the team, played for Royal College last season. So an all-Royal front row combining for CRNFC. There you go. Bimsara had the first right to the ball, winning that penalty. And now first opportunity in this second half opening up for CRNFC.
Supan Varnakulasuriya with the throw in. Gayan Jayamana collects the ball. Good defense from Kandy. Come in, but good rolling ball. Collapsing the ball. Advantage in favor of CRNFC. Numbers on the outside. Kalundu Nandali to Dilshan. Good tackle on Dilshan.
Number 4. Collapsing the ball.
So once again infringement, and that's a yellow card. Suru Anthony. Let us spend the next 10 minutes in the sin bin. Kandy downsized to 14 players. Perfect time and perfect opportunity opening up for CRNFC to come with a comeback try.
Surely a scrum being taken in favor of CRNFC with a man down. With the likes of Suru Anthony, I wouldn't have been surprised if they took a line out.
There you go. This was the initial infringement. This was the rolling maul being formed.
Come here. Crouch.
And the Suru Anthony was just there in the middle, collapsing down with Sharo Fernando.
Omar Kagunaratna trying to go by himself, being held up by Bhuvanagaran. Numbers on the outside. Good defense from Kandy. Still, the ball has been knocked forward. Kandy breathe a sigh of relief. Roshan Veeraratne, the man.
Once again, we spoke about this pre-game as well. Omar Gunaratne has always been destructive from that 5 meters. So have been those loose forwards of CR. But take a look at that. Gayan Jayamana going down. They have 2 players. Tarun Chaturanga going to ground first of all, and Roshan Veeraratne then aiding that cause and slipping that ball out of Jayamana.
Roshan Veeraratne, the architect, in ripping that ball away as well.
Haven't seen too much of this man as well on your screen. Riza Rafaidin and also his counterpart Diluksha Dange. Ball has always been rotating around Buddhima Pivaratna in Kandy's attack, and by the looks of it, Kandy Sports Club, or in fact CR and FC, are bringing timely substitutions in the likes of Wajid Fawmi.
Surely Jero Jananja will find his way out.
23.
We haven't seen much of...
and there you go. This is a very crucial change coming in for CR and FC. Should have come a little bit earlier, I would reckon, with the likes of
Randita
Nandila. Randita Varnapura has been taken out. This means that Nandila will shift his position
to centre alongside Jananda Dilshan.
Murshid Zubair aligning alongside Chana Chandimal.
Bhuwana Gudangama breaking away.
And once again, the tide has turned, and CR and FC this time have conceded or have made Kandy concede a knock-on. So this time around, once again, opportunity drifting wide open for CR and FC. There you go. This was the infringement. There you go. The number 8's battle continue in this game. Omar Gunratna taking on Bhuwana Udangamu, dropping the ball in front of him as he was taken out into touch. The first real occasion where we are seeing a 50 head-on clash in the 8th. Kavintha, Omar Gunratna fighting alongside Bhuwana Udangamu. I think a wonderful display from both players, both talented, both equally potential players.
Yes, Chanaka Chandimala, lovely inside ball to Riza Rafaidin, but equally well done from Diluksha Dange. Omalka Gunaratna bumping off a couple.
Roll away.
Yes, Indura Bimsara. This time, I think the penalty has been number 6 not rolling away. Advantage in favor of Kandy, CRFC rather.
Chanaka Chandimal urging his players forward. He knows he needs to get his players in line very fast, because this is an ideal scoring opportunity to open the scoring in terms of tries. They've just got himself with just one penalty. Tarindur Chaturanga that time just in the wrong place at the wrong time.
He showed intention of rolling away.
A little too late, I would say, because the ball was already sent back from the gate.
Yes. And CRNFC yet again opting for a scrum. The third scrum within a span of just 4 minutes.
Set.
And the scrums continue. The dilemma with the scrums continue.
Kandy not being able.
Steady.
Kandy scrummaging with 7 men as well. 7 men. Suiru Anthony.
I think Shayan Patirana joining and filling Suiru Anthony's void. Nothing unusual for Shayan Patirana.
And Roshan Veeratna playing as that flanker.
There you go once again. Gunratna using his force there. Now Gayan Jayaman. Inches close to that try, and Chana Chandimal looks for that options. Here comes Zubair out to Nandila. Nandila flops the ball. Wonderful tackle on him.
Good stuff. I mean, the number 2 was going down. Damit Disanayaka, that was knees on the ground, so a penalty.
But
will they opt for another scrum is an interesting point.
Interesting passage of play once again. Everyone expected to use the forwards, but then Murshid Zubair, and then an ideal tackle coming in from Kandy Sports Club, preventing that try. But Kandy Sports Club have more defending to do in this next few minutes.
And CRNFC opting for another scrum.
Captain, next time you have penalty try.
So there you go. The instructions are very clear out to Nigel Ratha. This was the earlier break. pushing his former teammate Tharindra Ratwatha down. Omar Gunaratna always a destructive force from that 5 meter. So next infringement, Kandy Sports Club are going to play with 7 points.
Yes, numbers on the outside. Chanaka Tandimala, lovely inside ball. Two Rees are fighting. Charan Chajuranga. Right over it. And yes, Jaimana.
Kandy Sports Club will need to be vigilant about the infringements.
Another penalty. Ruck was warmed.
Taken quickly that time. Now here comes Umar Gunratna, very dangerous from that point of play. Still going CRNFC. Numbers opening up for CR. They need quick ball. Goes to the short side. Sharu Fernando
takes the ball into contact. Sharu Fernando, and here's Rahul De Silva. Out to Kevin Dixon. Good tackle coming in from Diluk Chatange. Drives him back. Rahul De Silva right over the ball. Another very good pass from Thilina Bandara. Drives him a couple of meters back. CRNFC under pressure. Sharu Fernando into contact by Charles Praveen right over him. Advantage being played in favor of CRNFC. The ball finally goes out.
This time around, Bhuvana Gudangama seems to be in a little bit of trouble.
Others back. So sorry.
But that last 2 minutes of action was actually end-to-end stuff coming in from both sides.
Right. Wait. You wait here.
We'll wait and see if we can have that final bit of play on replay. Chanaka Chandimal once again. This is what experienced you call them, Kavint. There you go. Take a look at that. Good end-to-end tackle coming in. Now Tarin Chaturang committing. Look at Chanaka Chandimal asking for that ball. Now he knows he has the advantage. That gives him a free get out of jail ticket at any point. Puts in a chip. There was no sweeper. If only he was fast enough to get to that, that would have been CRNFC's first try.
Right, okay, back. Penalty here, come here.
Tarin Chaturanga. Another penalty. A late tackle by Bhuvana Gudangama.
10 meter back.
This time.
Just a heads up about the Papare's subscription. Subscribe and watch live sport. We're bringing you a wonderful bit of sport coming in the next few months. There's the Papare Football Championship. That's between St. Peter's College and Zaira College. That's on Wednesday. Then coming up is going to be a lot of end-to-end action. Big match fevers coming up with the Royal Somian, the Joe Pete. And not to forget, in the middle of all that, there's going to be schools rugby action and the finale of this Dialog Rugby League. So coming, a lot of action coming. And Papare.com is one place you need to subscribe and stay intact with all the action.
Just to take a look at the schools rugby season. What a season it will be. It has provided so much of drama all these years.
And I think the hype is already clear that everyone's rooting behind all these players, all these teams. I think the excitement is unreal.
More predictions and courtesy of our previews. So much of hype being built up. Here's replacement scrum of Harit Bandara and CRNFC driving forward. Supunwal Nakulu Surya is over.
So there you go. Try long coming in for CRNFC. It took them 18 to 15 minutes to score that one. So first try for CRNFC comes in the second half in the 58th minute, and Supunwal Nakulu Surya scores it down just like that with a little bit of help from its forwards.
Right under the post as well, so it'll be easy going for Murshid Zubair, and Harit Bandara has found his way into the field in favor of Rahul De Silva. Here you go, the replay.
This time around with 7 players, it's always a challenge to defend that rolling ball, especially when you have players like Dhananjay and Sharu Fernando also happy.
And Supun Varnakula Surya finally on the receiving end. Kandy had nothing to do.
But take a look at the direction shift. I think they had that composure to shift left and right, swipe left and right. And that's exactly why Kandy were unstoppable. Kandy couldn't stop that maul. And here comes Murshid Zubair. with a chance to cut the deficit to just 7 points.
One converted try that will be, and looks like Kandy, and right through the left of that upright goes the conversion.
Crucial miss for Murshid Zubair. We'll wait and see if those 2 points will come back later to haunt CRNFs in the final few minutes.
9-point deficit.
Number 4.
Think
Hey,
Soiru Anthony has found his way into the field, and Ashan Darling and Heshan Kallara also find themselves in the field, and Srinath Surya Bandara at fly half, scrum half rather.
But this man on your screen onto the far right of Damit Disan Naika, Heshan Kalhara, he's the player to watch out. Has won plentiful battles for Kandy Sports Club, especially with CRNFC.
Change of direction, knocks the ball back, and here's Tarinder Rathwate taking the ball into the 22 meters. Srinath Surya Bandara speeding things up to Lema. Srinath Surya Bandara yet again to Ashan Darling, the new man. Takes 3 men to bring him down. Clearly sends the ball away. And here's Lavanga to Dhanush Dayan, taking the ball into the 22 meters. Srinath Surya Bandara speeding things up. Shayan Lema Padirana spinning and twisting alongside Soiru Anthony. Charles Praveen, a lovely pass to Heshan Kallara, who only manages to knock the ball on.
Not how Heshan Kalhara would have wanted to start his proceedings.
The first touch, a touch too high.
The chemistry what Kalhara brings to the field is unreal. But that time around, Kalhara a little bit in front of the receiver, Charles Praveen.
I initially thought the ball from Charles Praveen was to Ashan Darling, not Kalhara. But however, Kandy managing to knock the ball forward.
So Captain Nigel Rathwat instructing his front row and his forwards in terms of scrummaging. Shara Fernando still running strong. He's taken a few blows to his head as well, but very strong lad, able to continue. This time around, replacement coming in. Lahiru Yomal makes his way onto this Dialog Rugby League. Played his club rugby at, in fact, I beg your pardon, at schools rugby at Royal College. Quite unreal to have a second row player wearing a number 12 jersey.
Harit Bandara with the feed in. Omal Karugunaratna breaks away, and Tharan Chaturanga puts him down. Here's Gayan Jaimana into contact. Harit Bandara speeding things up. Tanaka Tandimal puts the ball to boot. A lovely up and under. And returns the favor, does Dhanush Dayan. Collected by Chandimal yet again, and he returns the favor. Inside the 22 meters, here's Tarinder Rathwata puts the chip in, and here's Rathwata. Doesn't manage to collect it, but bundled into touch by Dhanush Dayan. Beautiful stuff.
What a bit of work. Rathwata very unfortunate with the bounce of that ball. Didn't go in favor of him, but Kevin Dixon didn't see that coming. You definitely didn't see that coming, so Kandy once again bouncing back. Dhanush down. Take a look at that. Tarinder Rathwata knew there was no player in front of him and knew he could outrun those forwards with him, but just couldn't judge the bounce of the ball. That's the ugly part of this oval-shaped ball. And there you go. Kevin Dixon stormed out into touch.
Dhanush Dayan is a Sri Lanka counterpart. Here's Kandy with an opportunity right inside the 22 meters of the opposition red zone. Doesn't manage to collect it cleanly, but Tharan Chaturanga does up the cleaning work. Buonagoudangamua goes by himself, manages to rip the ball. Does Lahiru Yomal.
Wait.
Here's Murshid Zubair, a lovely cutout pass to Reza Rafaidin, who manages to break free. Finally brought down. Harit Bandara Outs it to Supanwarna Kulusurya, who manages to hold on to possession. Chanaka Chandimal puts the ball to boot. Dhanush Dayan surely will collect this and decides to run by himself as well. Gang tackled by Riza Rafaidin. Srinath Surya Bandara surveying his options. But good counter-rucking coming in from CRNFC. Ball finally falls on Kandy's side. Heshan Kallara, the first run he's had. Barging through.
Hats off, Red!
3-4 defenders. Srinath Surya Bandara, ball out wide. Lovely backhand pass from Bhuvanagudanga. Numbers on the outside and Tharindra Twat taking 3 men, and that's advantage. Omalka Gunaratna, surely that will be a card coming. Srinath Surya Bandara bundled into touch. Surely that tackle from Omalka Gunaratna.
Omar Gunaratna already coming back from a suspension from 3 back-to-back cards. This is not good news.
Time off. Atana okay. Atana line out. Atana prashna nani.
Omalka Gunaratna. The referee not even wanting to have a word with him. Puts in a dry smile. Sends him off on his way. CRNFC will play the rest of the 10 minutes with 14 men. Here's advantage Kandy. Kandy played with 14 men. Here's the replay. Was the touch too high?
Get back.
Clearly there was a yellow card.
Penalty here. Get back. White.
Nigel Ratwata will put this into touch. Kandy will form the rolling maul as they will try to get over that line with one huge man over. Lahiru Yamal. A slight held up in play.
Wait. Time on.
Time is finally on and Kandy with the throw in.
Evanda. Wait. Out. Eliana number again.
Mohammad Shabir finally making his way. And get your brand recognized with Sri Lanka's #1 sports app. Advertise with ThePapare.com. Call Modita on the number on your screen, and you could also email him. Here's Kandy with an opportunity, and Kandy scores. Rolling ball, Damit Disanayaka goes over the line.
Second try coming in for Damit Disanayaka. This was anticipated right from the moment Omar Gunaratna was taken away. This is costing CRNFC, and Kandy's post are once again back in their normal playing rhythm. So took a little bit time this time around in this game. Took exactly 66 minutes, but a timely try coming in from Damit Disanayaka. And the Kandy Sports Club have taken a bonus point for yet another week.
Here's the replay. Kandy, Mohammad Shabir and Ashan Darling, fresh legs, and Heshan Kallara as well.
A little bit too late from the CR forwards to commit to that rolling maul. If there was the incoming pressure, if there were more players committed, things would have been different. Tharindra Ratwat has only got 1 conversion out of 3.
Ratata lining his kick up. Right through the middle. So it's 24 points to 8. Kandy in the lead, 4 tries and 2 conversions. A couple of tries by Damit Disanayaka, Guana Kudangamu and Buddhima Peratna scoring a try each, and Tanindra Rathwatha converting a couple as Kalindu Nandila restarts things. A lovely up and under.
Things have gone from reasonably okay for CR to unimaginable in a short span of time. Now Kandy Sports Club on the attacking spree.
Surya Bandara puts the ball to Tanindra Rathwatha. Here's Kevin Dixon. Tries to run by himself. Janantha Dilshan trying to cut through a couple of players. Numbers on the outside. He should have let that ball go. Here's Harit Bandara. An overlap forming in the far corner. Wajid found him. Bumping off a couple of defenders. Yes, Chanaka Chandimal to Lahiru Yamal. Harit Bandara. Yes, Kevin Dixon trying to weave his way through. Still going is Kevin Dixon. Finally finds Charles Praveen. Taking the ball into contact is Indura Bimsara. Numbers on the outside. Loose ball by Nigel Rathwatha to Srinath Surya Bandara, and he's over. Beautifully done from Kandy. A gift from CR.
You can see the smiles on the Kandy players' faces. The fans are happy. This is exactly what you call a gift given to CR and FC. Turnover ball. Surya Bandara was just at the right spot to collect the ball, and there was no stopping Surya Bandara right from that moment. Surya Bandara very happy to take his name into the scorer's sheet.
Srinath Surya Bandara. There was no catching him when he was down and out. There you go. Wajid found me not collecting cleanly. Nigel Rathwatha pouncing on that ball and giving it out to Srinath Surya Bandara. No one was catching him.
Surya Bandara's impact is clearly felt in the team, Kavin. That's exactly why Surya Bandara is there. I've never seen a player that versatile who could play at 9, 10 and even at the midfield or at wing position. I think that's what Surya Bandara brings to this team. Whenever there's an issue with the Kandy's players, I think Surya Bandara is always filled in. No trauma. Surya Bandara joins his team. No fly half, no problem. Surya Bandara is just there.
He's been brilliant for Sri Lanka and Kandy. Key player in that Sri Lanka Sevens team as Tanindra Rathwatha puts the ball to boot and misses it again. But 29 points to 8.
Very off day for Rathwatha so far. Hasn't had too much of impact like he uses to do. He's a player who likes to take control of the game and try to revolve it around him. But just that today, CR has been able to cut him off right when he has possession. So he's been a little bit of a backpedaling move, but regardless of his contribution on the field.
Jog. Right, okay. 10 minutes. 9.
And up and under. This time knocked down by Kandy. First time around. About 8 minutes remaining on the clock, and about 4 minutes for Omar Kagunratna to come back in.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Harit Bandara with the throw in, the feed in rather. Harit Bandara to Chanaka Chandimali as Kevin Kotti. Kalindu Nandila to Janan Dilshan, taken into contact, advantage being played in favour of CRNFC. Chanaka Chandimal, it's a high tackle. It's a high tackle coming in for Mohammad Shabir. Surely.
High tackle. Wait.
Just as he joins the field, Mohammad Shabir has to make an early exit. And looks like that's the game for Mohammad Shabir. He won't be playing a remainder of this game. So CRNFC and Kandy both playing with 14 players until Omar Gunratna comes back onto the field. Clearly unnecessary for Mohammad Shabir.
Shabir surely had a head injury as well. He's bleeding.
Yes.
High tackle is the call from referee Priyantha Gunaratna. Chanaka Chandimal puts the ball to boot. Here's the replay.
This time around, Harit Bandara sending the ball to Chanaka Chandimal, and what's
Changes, Balan, changes.
well, Shabir Mohammed
22.
coming a little bit on the from the side, and then that seatbelt tackle was the reason why he's spending the next 10 minutes on the field. More replacements are heading Kandy's way. Damit Disanayaka will make an exit, giving way for Yaqub Ali.
And Nigel Ratwata
also making a way out. So Tarind Ratwata will be at
fly off, and Bhavanta Udangamu at the 13 jersey.
Get back. Hands up. Back. Last foot.
Kandy defending really well. CR ever so close. Numbers on the outside.
Options opening up for CRNFC. There's an overlap on the far side. Kevin Dixon goes through the middle. Dixon has his hand, and he will score the try for CRNFC.
Try score. On the line. On the line.
It was on the line.
On the line.
Lavanga Pereira
Departed Pulwa.
arguing with the referee to see it was not a try, but new rule says that as long as the ball has been placed with a material impact on downward pressure onto the line, it is a try scored. So CRNFC fighting back, but a little bit too late from the CRNFC side point of view. We're looking at something less than 5 minutes to go on our clock, and it's time for us to also decide on the Dialog View player of the match comment. We've seen some interesting moves from the Kandy backline, but the forward deserves all credit for what has happened today.
Really, and the likes of Shayan Lema Patirana, Buana Gudangamu.
Interestingly, Riza Rafaidin has been given the responsibility of taking the kicks.
So both teams playing with 14 men, and Riza Rafaidin slots it through. Riza Rafaidin was the highest point scorer in 2015 league, Schools Rugby League, that was for Kingswood. He played at fly half.
Take a look at this try once again. Kevin Dixon cuts inside, had a man on the outside as well, but all he had to do was just leap forward, and I think just there right on the spot with the whitewash. So that's a try. So 29 points to 15. If CRNFC need to turn things around, they'll need the 3 converted breaks. At least
2 converted tries.
At least 2 converted tries to draw even in the next 3.5 minutes that we have.
Tapped back from Dhanush Dayan. Srinath Surya Bandara collecting it cleanly. Tarinder Ratwata numbers on the outside for Kandy. He has trouble. Omalka Gunratna has found his way back to the field as well.
Offside! Offside!
Offside is the call for Kandy. Beautiful offloading. Here's Yaqub Ali knocking on a couple of defenders. Numbers on the offside, and that is an obstruction.
But I think that helps for Kandy's cause as well. Referee will bring back play for the initial infringement from CRNFC.
And knowing Nigel Ratwata, he will surely go for 3.
It's time for us to also decide on the player of the match. We've seen three significant players today. Kavint Suhiru, sorry, in fact, Shehan Lema Patirana, Bunu Hudangamu, and Tarun Chaturanga. All of these three players have contributed to Kandy's cause in attack and defense.
Okay.
Primarily in defense, because Kandy had a lot of defending to do in the first half. And I think Tarun Chaturanga deserves a pat on the back ahead of the other two players because of his work rate, his abilities to tackle players down and to judge this play more importantly.
Yes, Tarun Chaturanga was brilliant in defense, and due credit should be given to Buana Kodangame and Lishan Lema Patrana as well. Those third row forwards for Kandy combines and gels really well, and in defense, CRNFC in that first half really had Kandy under pressure, but surely Tarun Chaturanga too, third man of the match for this season. What a player he is turning out to be. So he's only improving. Here's Lema, Tarun Chaturanga at the back. Transfers it to Heshan Kallara. Still going is Kandy into contact, and will this be the fifth try coming in? And Heshan Kallara to the line. Srinath Suryamandara sending the ball out wide. Tarindra Twata to Bhavanta Udangamua.
What a wonderful start for Bhavanta Udangamua. Debut try, and Udangamua is just out off the line. What a magnificent bit of work from Kandy's post up, and Udangamua, you can see the celebration all around. They know how special it is, and to score a try in your first game, in your very first few minutes, wearing that Kandy's post up jersey is always a special moment.
Brother surely would have been proud. Bhavanta Udangamua crashing in.
This replay is going to be one replay that Udangamua will continue to play in his rugby career. Continue to remember there you go, Udangamua crashing through the middle. No one expected Udangamua to go through the middle. And there you go, the first try opening up for Udangamua.
Teams on. Now we'll have to look out for two Udangamuas.
Interestingly, I think both Udangamua started out as centers. I think Junior Udangamua will make that switch from midfield to number 8 coming.
Yes, I think when Buonuka Udangamua is out, Bhavanta will surely replace him at number 8. That will be ideal for Kandy. One Udangamua replacing another.
That's going to give a lot of
headache to the other teams. And up Tarun Chaturanga winning player of the match for today. He has been brilliant.
I think today's scoreline doesn't give any indication how the game has panned out. 36 points to 15. CR and FC were right on Kandy's tail, not giving any meters forward. But on the other side, CR and FC also with that defensive effort failed to add in more points to their lineup. So that's what has happened at the end of the day. That's why CRNFC stands at 15 points.
And I initially thought that CRNFC should have opted for those 3 pointers and given Kandy a lot more pressure in those early moments.
Tanindra Tota still looking for options for Kandy. The dying stages of this game. Game is done and dusted. We are on to the final few minutes.
Yes, Suru Anthony, Srinath Surya Bandara sending the ball out wide. Here's Charles Praveen crashing through the middle.
4 players to take Charles Praveen down. Play on is the call. It was anyone's ball that time.
Srinath Surya Bandara to Ashan Darling. The ball is available. Off his feet, Heshan Kallara decides to go by himself. Takes 2 men to bring him down. The penalty advantage coming in favor of Kandy surely. And Charles Praveen.
Number 8, Tomar Gunatha once again found guilty. So one last attempt for Kandy. Surya Bandara looks for his options. Will want to go for touch and finish this off. They have two options, either to finish the game off or
I think they'll go for the 3 points.
To try their luck on one final charge, one final attempt.
I think they'll go for the 3 points and finish the game off. Here's the replay.
Heshan Kalhara being brought to the ground. Omar Gunratna going in forward. Suru Anthony just there in the middle, giving Omar Gunratna no space. So referee Priyanka Gunratna deemed it in favour of Kandy Sports Club. So Tarinder Rathwatha had a very off day today in terms of place kicking. Has one last kick to get all those, to ease in all those odd ones out.
36 points to 15 is how the game will finish. 39 if Tarinder Rathwatha manages to put this through, which he does, and that's game over. Kandy win the league.
Technically, Kandy Sports Club are currently on top,
and no one could really come close to that. Police has a game in hand against Kandy, but the gap is already 15 points, and in 2 games, don't think any other team will come even close to Kandy. CRNFC had an opportunity if they had won this game, but they still remain at 3rd place. That's 49 points for them. They haven't scored the losing bonus point as well. So CRNFC in 3rd place with 49 points. Kandy with the bonus try, 69 points for themselves. That's
comprehensive performance altogether once again. There you go, Nigel Rathwatha is always fan favorite, always has enough time for all these selfies. I think that's what's expected of players, being humble, and the Kandy team has set the example. Take a look at that, the Kandy captain inspiring a lot of more players from the Hill Capital. So wonderful bit of work, and Nigel Rathwatha has all right to celebrate, because making his comeback today, I think he's done his part as a captain, rotating that play and giving enough space. So Kandy Sports Club once again victorious for yet another week, 12 weeks unbeaten, and they are putting they've laid one hand on that Dialog Rugby League, and next week is going to be the final league that will decide if Kandy takes home the league or not. In the meantime, the the Udangamu brothers celebrate their game. It's always special time to see both brothers playing. It's also always a special moment to see 2 siblings playing on the same side, and I think this is going to be a special match for both Udangamus.
Yes, and Puna Udangamu seeing his brother crash over, surely would have loved that. And Heshan Kalhara coming in late in that second half, really managed to make an impact with his big runs. That's how the game ended. 39 points to 15. 6 tries to Kandy and 2 tries to CRNFC. 39 points to 15, and the second half, this is how it panned out. We will take a look at the highlights. First off, it was Kandy who scored through Damit Dissanayake, a lovely inside ball from Roshan Veeraratne, and Tarinder Rathwatha sealing things off, and CRNFC coming back. They got plenty of penalties, and finally Supun Varnakaru Surya went over the line through that rolling ball, and that was their second try. And Kandy, this was when Omal Gunratna got himself yellow carded, and Damit Dissanayake went in for his second try of the second half, and Tarinder Rathwatha slotting that through. That was only the second conversion that went, and this was a gift. Nigel Rathwatha pouncing on that ball and handing off Srinath Surya Bandara. No one was catching Srinath Surya Bandara at that time, And Kevin Dixon going over. It was good stuff from CRNFC. Ruiz are fighting, converting things. And the final try, Tharindra Rathwatha, lovely inside ball to Bhavanta Udangamua, his first touch. And the little man scoring. Tharindra Rathwatha finishing things off. Here's how the game panned out. 39 points to 15. 6 tries to Kandy. And only just 2 tries to CRNFC. 3 conversions to 1. And 1 penalty each. And our player of the match. What a game he has had. Tarindu Chaturanga. Good stuff from Tarindu Chaturanga. His 3rd man of the match award. And 39 points to 15 was how the game panned out. And the next week we will have Air Force taking on Navy. That's at Ratmalana on the 28th of February. That's a Friday. And Army taking on CHNFC on the same day at Valisara. Army being the home team. And on the 1st of March, Sunday at Police Park, Police will be taking on CRNFC. That will be a crunch game on what team will finish at second. And at Nittawela next week, Kandy will take on another rival of the Havelock Sports Club. That's at 4:15 p.m. as well. That's on the 1st of March. And that is the week 13 fixtures for next week. And that's the game done and dusted. Kandy edging on that first place, and that is the end of coverage from Nittawela. I'm Kavindra Rajapaksha signing off from the technical and the production crew.
අලු සීට් එකක් දැම්ම නම් නරකයි.
දෙකෙන් දෙන්න.
සර්, සර්ගේ පේමන්ට් එක සෙටල් කරන්න තියෙනවා.
දෙකෙන් දෙන්න. දෙකෙන් දෙන්න. දෙකෙන් දෙන්න. දෙකෙන් දෙන්න. දෙකෙන් දෙන්න නම් දෙකෙන් ගන්න ඕනේ. Whatever the need, a Ceylon personal loan will be ready for you in just 2 days. Ceylon personal loan? කිව්වා වගේම වැඩ. Ceylon Bank, the bank with the heart.
It doesn't get any bigger than this. The top 10 teams from around the world come together for the ultimate battle for supremacy. The ICC Women's T20 World Cup 2020. Be a part of their journey towards victory. From 21st February to 8th March. Live on Dialog Television, Star Sports 1, Star Sports HD1 and Star Sports 2. Dialog Television, Sri Lanka's #1 television experience.
අලු සීට් එකක් දැම්ම නම් නරකයි.
දෙකෙන් දෙන්න.
සර්, සර්ගේ පේමන්ට් එක සෙටල් කරන්න තියෙනවා.
දෙකෙන් දෙන්න. දෙකෙන් දෙන්න. දෙකෙන් දෙන්න. දෙකෙන් දෙන්න. දෙකෙන් දෙන්න නම් දෙකෙන් ගන්න ඕනේ. Whatever the need, a Ceylon personal loan will be ready for you in just 2 days. Ceylon personal loan කිව්වා වගේම වැඩ. Ceylon Bank, the bank with the heart.
ඩයලොග් ටෙලිවිෂන් වැලන්ටයින් දීමනාව තවමත් ඇක්ටිවේට් කළේ නැද්ද?
මතකයිනේ ඔක්කොම channel රුපියල් 143කට දින 30ක්ම නරඹන අතරේ
අලුත්ම iPhone 11 Pro Max දෙකක්ම දිනා ගන්නත් පුළුවන්.
අදම SMS හෝ My Dialog app එක මගින් ඔබත් මේ දීමනාව ඇක්ටිවේට් කරගන්න.
ආදරෙන් ලං වෙලා
මාසයක්ම TV බලන්න.
Our Lions are up against the Windies during the West Indies tour of Sri Lanka. Catch the action of 3 ODIs and 2 T20 matches from 22nd February to 6th March, live on 10 Cricket and Sony ESPN at your home or watch on the go via Dialog Viewer. To activate, use the My Dialog app or type on space your Dialog television account number, space channel number and SMS to 0770 679 679. Dialog Television, Sri Lanka's #1 television experience.